Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the fourth wave of the Marvel Legends Retro 3 3/4 inch figures from Kenner / Hasbro. So as you can see here, this fourth wave comprised of 6 new figures. We have Silver Surfer, Loki, Storm, Black Costume Spider-Man, US Agent, and Stealth Armor Iron Man. Now the last 3 are repaints of first wave figures and we'll get into that a little bit later on. But if you're not familiar with this line, basically it's kind of a what if Kenner had the Marvel license back in the day when they were doing Star Wars, so they're Marvel characters done in that Star Wars original Kenner 3 3/4 inch style with the 5 points of articulation. It's just a really fun line. I've been enjoying it quite a bit, and a lot of that has to do with this card art. I mean, just look at some of this card art. It is absolutely fantastic. Here's Silver Surfer. I mean, it looks like it's jumping right out of the comic pages. I absolutely love it. I'm having a blast with it. You get a little bit of a bio here on the back. So this is just such a fun line, and the card artwork has a lot to do with it for me. Next up we have Loki, and we're actually getting Loki before Thor in this line, which is kind of fun. Hopefully he'll be on his way soon. We have Storm adding to our X-Men roster. And again, the artwork is just fantastic. She looks great. Next up, we have Black Costume Spider-Man, which is definitely one of my all-time favorite suits for Spider-Man. Again, look at that artwork. That's fantastic. Next up, we have US Agent. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Stealth Armor Iron Man. I really like the color scheme for this armor. I've always liked the stealth armor. So these are fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and get all of these out of the packaging here, and we're going to take a closer look. So here are 6 new figures out of the packaging. We'll start over here on the left with Silver Surfer. He looks really good. And I did misspeak earlier. I did say that they were in kind of a 5 POA style, and I guess you could technically say that. But these actually have 7 POA per figure because they have a wrist swivel as well on each arm. So that's pretty cool. But I mean, really, this figure just looks fantastic. Really nice, shiny silver. And of course, he does come with a surfboard. Now, the fun thing is, because they all just have different pegs on their feet, you could actually have any of the characters use the surfboard. So you could pretend like Loki stole the surfboard and now he's riding it. So I think that's really fun. It's not something that's exclusive to Silver Surfer. Anyone can actually ride on the surfboard. But as I mentioned, they have a head swivel from side to side. You have an arm swivel, you have that wrist swivel, and then you have each leg that can kick. Now, it does kind of look like they would have something here at the boot, but they don't. It's just kind of etched in there, but there is no swivel at the boot. But still a really fun figure. Really looks solid, and I love the surfboard. I'm so glad that was included, because he just wouldn't be the same without it. Next up, we have Loki. Really nice face detailing there. I think the sculpt for the head looks really good. He's got the bony tail on the back. He's got the horns. He's got all the same articulation. Really nice printing here. So I just think he looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, these colors just look great together. And just all around a really solid looking figure. Next up we have Storm. So we're adding to our X-Men ranks. She looks great. The cape is kind of a separate piece, which is just kind of draped on the figure, and then the head's been popped on. I'm not sure if you can pop the head off or not. I'm not going to try it because I don't want to break it. But you can certainly swivel it side to side, and again, you have the arm movement. Now, she has the swivel at those gauntlets, so it's really seamless and doesn't even look like it's there, which just looks fantastic. Really nice paint applications and everything with her big, high, fancy boots. Because you can see that the actual, from here down is molded in plastic, and then from here up above the knee is just painted on, but it really looks good. They did a nice job with it. So very excited to have her. We're going to save my buddy for last because he is my favorite. So next we'll go to US Agent as Storm falls over. Come on, Storm. I know you can do that. Stand up here for me. There we go. US Agent looking good. It's got the shield here, which does clip onto the wrist. And it's kind of a little bit softer plastic, which I appreciate. He does have a peg hole on his back, which made me wonder if there was once a time when this was going to be able to peg on his back. I know that the larger Marvel Legend figures have a hinge where there's like a peg inside here, and then the part that grasps onto the wrist can kind of hinge down, and then the peg is exposed so that it can peg onto his back. That would be really nice. I completely understand. I mean, with these smaller figures, not really as practical. but that would have been nice if that was possible. But overall, he still looks good, and he's got all the same articulation. And I did want to do a comparison with Captain America from the first wave, so that you can see that they really are the same figure, just heavily repainted. But still, really looking good. Shield looks good. Definitely can get some good use out of this mold for a second time, and I think they did a nice job with it. Very good repaint. Similar situation going on here with Stealth Iron Man. But this is a really fun repaint. I really, really enjoyed this color scheme. And then you have the little bit of red to just really make it all pop. And again, he's got all the same articulation, arm, wrist, head, hips. And then here is the first wave Iron Man to do a little comparison here. So you can see that it is exactly the same mold, but he's got kind of a nice metallic sheen, which I really appreciate. Really makes the stealth armor pop. So very, very cool there. And then my favorite, black costume Spider-Man. This has just always been one of my favorite costumes for Spider-Man. It's also why I really like Venom, just because I really like this suit design, the giant white spider and everything. And then here's a quick comparison with Wave 1 Spidey. So you have his normal classic red and blue costume over here, and then the black costume over here. Really nice use of the mold. They did a really nice job. Even remembered to paint the white squares on the back of his hands, which I appreciate. But it is the exact same figure. Actually, he does have a different hand sculpt over here. So whereas this Spidey had two kind of web-swinging hands, or web-slinging hands, I should say, he's got one web-slinging hand and one regular hand. So that is a little different. Very, very cool. So I love this figure. Like I said, it's just one of my favorite suits for Spidey, and I was so excited when they announced they were doing it. But this is a really solid lineup of figures, honestly. I really like this. I mean, even though 3 of them are repaints, they're really good, like, logical repaints that make sense. I mean, we're actually getting, a new character in the form of U.S. Agent. We're getting a new armor for Iron Man. Really nice color scheme, nice metallic sheen. And then, of course, you've got Black Costume Spider-Man, which is just one of my all-time favorites. So, Wave 4, really solid. I actually found these at my local Target. They had tons of them. I don't know if they just got the cases in or what, but the pegs were absolutely filled with this wave, which I was really excited to find. If you're also looking, I noticed that GameStop, I believe, had them online the last I saw. So that's where I would check. If you're in the market for these, check GameStop's website, maybe Target's website, or your local Target or GameStop store. They should be around. But like I said, I'm loving the line. I'm definitely going to keep continuing to collect it because I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the price is just right. I think at $10 a piece, I think that's very reasonable for what these are. Really nicely painted, detailed 3 3/4 inch figures with a really nice amount of articulation for their size. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.